Mike.
Oh, guys, we have a fantastic one today. Spice rub salmon and corn salsa, and our chef du jour, Jeanne Anselmo from Edina, as well. It's great of you to come by.
Thanks for having me.
Really do appreciate it. And brought our little helper.
Yeah.
This is 5-year-old Allie. She's in charge of all things important. All things important. Tell us what you love about this recipe.
I think it's beautiful presentation, but most importantly, it's so easy to make. It can be a last-minute thing. Probably takes at most an hour to put this all together.
So when you get that panic call around 4 in the afternoon.
Right. Your husband says, I'm bringing, I've invited someone over. It really is very easy to put together, and it has such a great wow factor. You bring it out, and people think you've been cooking all day.
Wonderful. Jeanne and Allie spice rub salmon recipe in just a couple of moments. Stay with us. KARE 11 News at 4. Welcome back to KARE 11 News at 4 o'clock. Jeanne Anselmo and her lovely daughter Allie are here with us today from Edina to make a spectacular spiced rubbed salmon recipe with a corn salsa, and it is phenomenal. Jeanne, I know you're working hard getting these asparagus spears off the grill. Let's talk a little bit about the recipe as we start putting together what's in the rub.
Okay. This is, as you said, spiced salmon rub. What's in the rub is coriander, cumin, mustard seed. All you do is take those raw seeds, roast them a little, put them in a coffee grinder or a mortar, add a little peppercorn to it, and
comes out looking like
comes
this,
out like
right?
that. Add a little brown sugar, and that is something that you can make well in advance. I usually make it at the beginning of the summer and keep it on hand. Once you have that ingredient, you can really use it. I happen to be using it on the Copper River salmon today because it is in season, and for another 3 weeks.
And you season that up, and you don't oil it, though.
I don't oil it because there's so much oil in salmon. And so with salmon, no, I don't oil it. Just put the rub on, let it sit for about an hour. While that's resting, you can take, this is corn. Right now I'm using frozen corn. The recipe calls for corn off the cob. Come July, it's great to do it that way.
Yes, once it's in season, that's the way to go. Don't you think, Allie?
Otherwise, I don't think it's really worth the time that it takes. This is just frozen corn that I've cooked. Here's a little of the rub. This happens to be fresh jalapenos. You can really modify how much you use of that based on
if you're a little scared of the heat.
If you're right, a little milder palate.
What do you have in there?
This is chopped cilantro.
Okay.
This is a little bit of just virgin olive oil. And then this is fresh lime juice. I like to use fresh versus out of the jar. Just gives it that fresher taste.
Gives it a nice little bite, too. So you whip this up, you stick this in the fridge. You can do this a day or two in advance.
I wouldn't do this a day and a two. I would say you could do it 4 to 5 hours. You can do it a day ahead.
Okay.
I think it loses a little bit of that freshness. The cilantro gets a little wilted from the lime juice. But I would say if ideal, you could do it 4 hours in advance, but I have done it where I've literally done it at the last minute. Okay,
so we have this waiting. We've got the salmon rubbed and ready to go. We throw this on the grill. Let's go ahead and do that now. And again, you didn't oil it, so you just let the oils from the fish keep it from grabbing.
Right.
And you cook it at about how high a temperature?
I would cook it for about, probably a medium temperature for about 15 to 20 minutes. I start it skin side down because I think that it's prettier that way. It's easier to get off the grill. You don't see the grill marks anyway if you start it face down.
Okay, stay with us on the web, and Jeannie's going to keep doing a fantastic explanation of this recipe for us, and we're going to see in just a couple moments for our taste test. Jeanne, Allie, thank you guys so much for coming in.
You're welcome.
Stick around because we still have a lot more to tell folks about. Stay with us online. Jeanne and Allie Anselmo's spice rub salmon and corn salsa. Visiting us from Edina today. Go ahead, Trish, give it a whack. What do you think? I guess you guys have been
put my paws in there on that one.
Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having us.
We appreciate it. Job well done.
Oh, good job.
Have a wonderful summer, folks.
Love it.
Fridays all summer long.